Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of Ask Evan, the only Ask series on YouTube where you ask legitimate questions and I answer with illegitimate puns. Without further ado, let's get started. How do you feel about Australia being part of Eurovision this year? You know, people keep saying Eurovision's getting better and better, but I just think it's going down under. Can you make a pun from Big Hero 6? Yeah, well, Hero was one time hanging out in the lab with Honey Lemon and she just completed this big experiment, so he went, ta-da, she did it. Ta-da, she, yeah. What's an album you can listen to all the way through? To be honest, I listen to most albums all the way through. I don't really download singles that much. I just download entire albums and then go, boop, boop. I make that noise as well while I'm listening. Go, boop, boop. Fun to have on the train. Was there anyone on a playlist you saw that made you feel starstruck? Yes, of course. I saw Orion Abe. He had a nice belt. Do you have any Lord of the Rings pun? Saruman, I can't think of any right now. Sweet or salted popcorn? I know you guys in the UK only have those two options, but just so you know, I'm big about buttered and caramel corn. Those are just my favorite. I also like chocolate, and I really like cheddar and white cheddar cheese. Yes, there's a lot of other types of popcorns you guys should try. Have you ever milked a teat? You know, this answer may come to a surprise to you, but I did grow up in rural New Jersey, and my go-to answer is yes, I've actually milked a goat. It was fun. How do you and Dodie decide what jobs to do in the Dovin flat? I think we just wait till it gets really dirty, then go, oh, what do we do? We're supposed to be making a chore chart. We just haven't yet. Did you take the rubbish out? Okay, I'm just gonna rewrite the last answer. She tweets me. I still haven't taken the rubbish out. I'm not taking the rubbish out. How do you feel about Hosier? I don't really know much about the guy, but I just feel like someone should take him to church. Like, keep them. Make a pun out of the closest thing to your right. I've got this iPhone wire, so I guess if you think that I script all of my puns, okay. Bull. Crap. Cable. Is Dodie top bunk or bottom bunk? No bunk. What's the most awkward thing that happened at Playlist? I think the most awkward thing that happened was when I was hanging out with some people at the party, had a little bit of drinking, and then I was telling this person the problems that I found with another YouTube convention, to which she then shook my hand and said, hi there, I work for said convention. So that was fun. First YouTuber you subscribe to? The first YouTuber I subscribe to that I'm still subscribed to is Philip DeFranco. Favorite member of Fall Out Boy? Don't make me play favorites, please. I mean, I always get stumped when I have to choose one. Any hot tub related incidents recently? Well, actually, when we went to Playlist Live last week, we ended up going to the hot tub, no one was there, and none of us had brought bathing suits, so we kind of just jumped in wearing our underwear, and were terrified that people would find us, but no one did, so it's pretty nice. What was your favorite part of Playlist? I mean, there's two favorite parts that I have. I really love just meeting people on the fly around the lobby and around the really well-lit areas of the convention center, and I also really liked the time when they closed down all of Universal for us, because it was just so fun. Like, Diagon Alley was so freaking cool, and if you haven't been there yet, just do it. It is so worth it. Would you ever grow your hair long again? Let me mull it over. No. How does it feel to photobomb so many YouTubers? You know, I never expect to, and then it just happens one after the other like a chain reaction. How often do you go through your indirects? I don't know what that is. What's an indirect? I've never looked. Nope. Will you ever come to Yorkshire? You mean like the city of York? Sure. Fave thing in America. 100% the food. If you've been to both America and England, you'll know the food in England all kind of tastes the same, whereas the food in America all tastes terrible for you, but also delicious. Fave fruit? I'm a big fan of pears and Luke Cuthworth. Why does everyone always ask you to make a pun of their name? Because that's what I do. How many chins can you get?
I'm the champion.
3 words to describe Dovin Flat. We should clean. Do you have any embarrassing childhood memories that you'd like to tell us about? Probably yes. I actually have a story planned for next week or the week after, so keep up to date and I may upload that one soon. What do you get when you order a pizza? Well, having worked at a pizza place for 5 years, I've kind of experimented with every possible topping combination, so I like pepperoni, sausage, green peppers, onions, mushrooms with an extra dash of pineapple. I call it the Pineapple Supreme. But when I'm not loaded with money and it's not free, I usually go for pepperoni or extra cheese. Doesn't leave mushroom for more. Can you make a bread-related pun? Yeah, one day I was riding my bicycle, which was made completely out of bread, except I got a flat tire, so I had to go to the gas station where they charged me a pump per nickel. How many sets of fairy lights does Dovin Flat have? Well, we've got this one in the back. We've got fairy lights on my window.
Fairy lights in my room.
Fairy lights in the living room window. Fairy lights hanging off the lights in the hallway. Fairy lights in the shower. Fairy lights in the trash can. Fairy lights in the oven. You can always use more fairy lights. How are you? What's your favorite vine? Thank you for the smiles. My favorite vine is most certainly ivy. I just think it looks really pretty. Thanks for the question. How many times have you seen snow? Well, I come from New Jersey, so I mean, I've seen snow a lot, mostly like multiple feet of snow at the same time and having to drive through it, which is scary, but ever since moving to London, I've only ever seen flurries and slush, so it's been like 3 years since I've seen snow. Do your hips lie? Yes, they lie right on top of my legs. Think of a pun on the spot about fish. Okay, so I never knew that Nikki and Sammy would end up being big YouTubers, but one day I saw Nikki in the news and I was like, that makes sense, but then I saw Sam on the news. Sam on, no. Oh god, that was awful. What do you think of this picture? I think they should have gotten a wedding somewhere else. Sorry, I'm at the heel end of my jokes. What was an awkward fan experience you had at Playlist? To be honest, I didn't really have any awkward fan experiences at Playlist. Everybody was really nice for the most part, so thank you for not being weird. What's your go-to joke when you have to tell one? To be honest, I don't have one, because I feel like if I always had one joke, that I wouldn't really be that funny. I would just be a guy that repeats the same joke, so I try and make up things on the spot. That's what the puns are for. Can you make a pun about Left Shark? I mean, I would, but I feel like there's no puns left. They're finished. I was gonna ask if you like beans, but in hindsight, I'd better not. To be honest, I thought that was pretty good. I had to read it 2 times to catch up to your wit, but I'm sure you've been hearing that a lot, yeah? Make a pun out of the first food you see in the kitchen. Okay, let's go. You know what, of all the food we eat in Doven Flat, one of the biggest things we eat is spaghetti, and we make a lot. We have a huge amount, we share it with everyone, and it gets passed around a lot. I guess if you were ever curious what was in my cabinet, here's your answer. Sorry, that was rather crummy. Don't worry, this video will be over in a jiffy. And if you're trying to learn some puns for yourself, don't worry. Act like a sponge and soak it up quick. What did I hit with my butt? A giant bowl. Bowling over with laughter. Sorry, after a couple puns like this, I think you'll be bored. And thank you to everyone that compliments my puns all the time. You're magnificent. That's it, I'm done. So that's it, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the Ask video. Please hit the like button if you liked it. Other than that, I make videos every Sunday, so be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Do your hips lie?
No, do not listen to him. I am not a liar. He is lying.